On Sundays, most of us spend our days around the couch watching America's game, which is called tackle football. Now, tackle football is America's game. We have a passion for it. Now, what do we do when our kids want to play tackle football? That's the issue that comes up. Now, as we all know, tackle football is a violent sport. You get broken bones, you get sprains, you get any kind of injury you can talk about. But now, one of the ones that has come up to the most attention, on doctors and parents is concussions. Now, concussions, we had a movie made about concussions. Doctors talk about concussions in every sport. It's a known issue in the sport. So what do you do when your kid wants to play? Well, studies have shown that kids who play before the age of 12 are known to have a concussion. And between the ages of 10 and 12, the brain is growing at a tremendous rate, and that's the growing stage. So any kids that play football below the age of 12, they're more susceptible to brain injuries down the road. So what do you do when your kids want to play? There's pros and cons. Sports, when your kids want to play tackle football, sports make kids do better in school. It's also a physical activity where you can lose weight. Some of you might not agree with that, but it's a sport. You do good in school, you lose weight, and studies show that kids that play sports do better in school. But as we all know, concussions are an issue. So what can we do about it? Well, the NFL recently has acknowledged that concussions are a known issue. There were years and years before that they were denying the fact that concussions were an issue. They wouldn't admit it. Nowadays, they're admitting it, and it's clearly showing. Parents like us don't want our kids to play tackle football. So that's where you've seen a rise in flag football. Flag football has taken a tremendous rise in the United States. We're all playing flag football, but there's still the issue that flag football at one point in time still leads to tackle football, whether you want it or not. Whether you want it or not, flag football is going to lead to tackle football. So, our kids playing tackle football nowadays, there's only one way that we can make it safer. Now, one way that we can make it safer is to not allow them to play tackle football before the age of 12. When the brains and the growing stages, you can let them play flag football and then introduce them to tackle football. Other than that, there's not much you can do. My kids, I'll give you a scenario now. My kid loves tackle football. He weighs 45 pounds. He's 7 years old. We attempted to put him in soccer, but the passion is clearly not there. He'll play soccer, but he'll come back and play football, video games. He'll play football outside. He'll play tackle football with his friends, a little pickup game whenever he can. And he's 45 pounds, so it's known that the injury is bound to come. And he's gotten hurt at that stage. So there's not much that you can do to avoid it, but what we can do as parents is educate ourselves during concussions. Understand that the coaches need to be aware about the injury. The NFL already has guidelines to safe tackling and other stuff. So the guidelines are safe tackling. So somebody in the audience had a question: what are the guidelines? So the guidelines are safe tackling. You don't lead with your head, for example. That's the biggest thing. You cannot lead with your head. And what I mean leading by your head is just going like this and leading with your head. What coaches teach you to do is to wrap up for a safe tackle. So there's not much you can do other than that. My son loves to play football. He's going to play football at some point. It's going to happen. So it's just what we need to do as parents is educate ourselves. Make sure that our kids are safe playing the sport. And that's pretty much it. Thank you.
I enjoyed that one.